Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Always Bet on Yourself. I can't believe we are so far into January already. Like, it's literally almost over. Normally it goes so slow and it's just flown. And I feel like so much has happened. So much has happened. I did have a few things that I wanted to talk to you all about. I've been thinking about expectations and sort of words that I've been reading and trying to internalize. I feel like there's been a little bit of a shift in my thinking, which it's interesting to observe. I'm constantly sort of, analyzing myself and, my thoughts and how I'm moving through the world. And I've finally gotten to a place with a few certain things where I feel like they're settled in me and I can actually implement them in my life, which is exciting and it's like liberating as well. Because sometimes it takes me a really, really long time to just fully grasp the meaning of something and the gravity of its words. To be able to actually use that in your life is quite hard. So I've been thinking a lot about letting go. And that sounds so simple, just letting go of things. For me, that's not an easy thing to do. And I'm not talking in terms of grief. I'm talking in terms of like friendships, family stuff, jobs, like just in general, of things that you hold on to when they're just not serving you anymore, but you're just stuck on it. You can't let it go. And I'm finally feel like I'm in a spot where I've just been able to just be free. It's really nice. It's really nice to not have to feel those, just like something is meant for you, but it's really not. I'm a really, really meaningful person anyway. Like, I put a lot of meaning into people, places, things. And so I get really, really sad when, a relationship dissolves and that person's not in your life anymore. So to be able to just sort of think of it as like, it's just not for you anymore. It's not supposed to be in your life. It's supposed to fly off and go elsewhere, and they're supposed to have a journey. You can't hold on to everyone and everything. I think about this with the things like my physical things that I have. If my house was to just burn down, like, they're just things at the end of the day. I can always rebuild. I feel like that's really in poor taste considering people have actually have their homes burned down. I'm not trying to be whatever, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to have too much emphasis on the things that I can't control, I guess. People come and go, stuff comes and goes, and you just sort of have to let it in and maybe be sad for a minute and then let it go. And something else is always around the corner, I feel. Sometimes we get so stuck in our minds, we forget that there's a whole other life out there. There are so many more people to meet, so many different places we can go, but we create these boxes of what we think it is, or our lives, or a situation, and it's not how it is. We can break free from that, and that's something that I'm bringing into this year and for the rest of my life. And it feels like a really, just like a groundbreaking moment. Yeah, it's. I wish. No, I don't want to wish. No wishing. But so that was that on letting go. I also, I read a lot of books, as you know. I like to recommend some books, but really listening to people smarter than me, like words that I admire, from philosophers or spiritual leaders or whomever it is, just a person's thoughts and ideas on something. And if that really resonates with me, just really try to take that and use that. Yeah, it's interesting. Like even business people, haven't thought about, opening my own business. I'm not very business savvy. But I always look at what they say and how they lead their life. And I'm like, I could implement those words, into my life. I'm trying to think of someone, Alex Hormozy pops to mind. Like his work ethic on, building businesses and the hustle of it. I'm just like, I don't feel that for myself because I don't want to grow a business, but I like the mentality of like, you've got to work hard for something, mind over matter. If you want something, you can go for it. It's risk, you've got to take risk. You're going to fail, you get back up. Like, so I love that I can use those words and implement them into my life. It just feels like a year of calm and just relearning and reshuffling of the mind. I think I've spent so much time, unfortunately, in my years being so caught up in things that I didn't need to be caught up in. It's hard to, see clearly. And when you can, it's like, it's like a light bulb moment, honestly. But not everything's clear cut. It doesn't always, it sometimes takes a really long time to get where you need to be in life. And when you get to that place of being, it might not last that long. Just life just throws shit at you, and you've got to be able to equip yourself in the best way possible to deal with it and roll with the punches. Honestly, I am not fantastic at that, but I try my best. As I get older, I try my best. I read this book the other day. I just finished it, actually. It's a very, very short book. It's called Tuesdays with Morrie. It is so beautiful. The kind of book that I really, really enjoy. It's by Mitch Albom. And it just documents the last few months of a professor's life. He had ALS, and his thoughts around the true meaning for him in his life, family, work, material things, connection. And his student, previous student from 15 years ago, ended up interviewing him every Tuesday and sort of just went through his thoughts and his processes and his thoughts about death and grappling with that. It's a really moving little book. I would definitely recommend to anyone. It's good to get a bit of perspective in your life. I honestly, since losing Matthew, my husband, I live in a couple of realms. I live in a really light, beautiful way, and I need depth. I need to read this stuff. It just helps me. I just understand that it's the hustle and bustle and this crazy old thing that we're so caught up in isn't everything. It's people, and it's love, and it's, just being and enjoying. That's one thing I've been finding so hard with all of this news cycle and Instagram and stuff. Fuck, it just floods my system. I've said this before, but it just really is like, because in reality, life isn't like that. I was speaking to my sister about this yesterday. We're reading all of this, and it's, just politically and this and blah. But when you actually are walking in day-to-day life, you go outside your door, you drive to work, like life isn't like that. It's not all chaos. It's just so different. And I think that contributes to our crazy thinking. And it really is true. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. And I think the internet and social media can be a bit of for that. It's really, really hard to regulate and not to use it too much. And I'm a sucker for it, honestly. sometimes those funny little reels get me, and I'm, constantly chasing that dopamine hit. Thank you, Andrew Huberman. Yeah, but that's just life. That's the world we're living in. Speaking of work, I wanted to let you know that I quit my job. I decided that it was time to take a risk and try something else, honestly. I think it was a safety net. It was a massive safety net. I've been in that industry in retail for close to 10 years. And I think after Matthew died, it was like, I know I need to go back to work, but I don't know what to do. And I had all these ideas about, okay, I could do this course, I could do this, but honestly, not really in the frame of mind to be thinking clearly, and just emotionally not ready to take an extra load on. And let me tell you, the self-doubt that you have after losing someone is just insane. But anyway, so I finally feel like I can take a risk for myself. And I know to some people that will be like, oh, well, it's just like a job. You can always find another one. But it's like a big thing for me, honestly. Just having the courage to be able to venture into another place and meet new people. It's just been exciting. And I've been thinking about it for a very, very long time, to be honest. And I think comfortability just got in the way. The people that I worked with are incredible. Like, when you have such a good team around you, it's really just like, you have to weigh up. Do I want to get more money and get a new job? Or do I work with these incredible group of people that just love you in a job that I don't really hate, but I'm just not really stimulated by? Like, I'm not getting what I should out of it. So, yeah, I've made that choice. I'm actually not too sure what I'm going to do next. I'm really, really fortunate to be able to have taken some time off and not have to worry about, paying bills and all of that stuff. So super, super fortunate. And I know it's not everyone gets the chance to do that. It can be so hard when you've got kids, life, everything, to be able to change or pivot in some way. So I feel really, really blessed in that way to be able to do that. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm sort of taking it day by day at the moment, and I'll probably start looking in a week or so and see how we go and see what this year brings, which I'm very excited for. I don't know why, I just have this like really good feeling. Really, really just excited feeling of what this year is going to bring. And I love that beautiful kind of exciting energy. I kind of want to bring it into, just walk through it through the rest of 2025 and the rest of my life. Oh my God. It's so nice to be feeling so light. And feeling like I can just do the things that I want to do and be confident in those choices. I think that's one of the things that I've really found hard or struggled with, is like, I don't have any other widow friends that I can really talk to about where I'm at in life, especially someone that maybe is a little bit further along in their journey than I am. So I'm kind of just, and you do need guidance, I think, or someone to just sort of look at and say, am I going to be okay? That's on me. I should probably find someone, but I would like to maybe connect with someone, and just speak to them. There's a different level of love and understanding when you get to speak to someone that's grieving or has gone through something really, really hard. It's like this, bond. They get it, all of our griefs are so different. Everyone grieves so differently, but that love that we have for those people will never die, and we understand the pain of losing someone. So if anyone is widowed and wants someone to talk to, please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you and see where you're at, and just talk about your loved one if you want to, or life, because I think we should always talk about them. They're special people, and they always will be in our lives forever. Yeah. I've been thinking about, before I go back to work and whatever I'm going to pick, I'm going to take myself away, which will be nice, and do something for me, which I don't usually do. I'm a homebody. I love being at home. But yeah, I would really like to go out and do something go on a little adventure before. You know where I've been thinking about? Tassie. I'd really like to go to Tasmania. It looks so, so beautiful. And to go somewhere a little bit cooler than where I am would be just stunning. Because I honestly cannot cope in this heat. It is so bloody hot. No, hot isn't even the right word. It is just step outside dripping humidity. It's insane. And I'm pretty sure it's driving me insane. And the rest of the people, it's bloody bonkers how hot it is up here. But Tasmania looks absolutely unreal. I've actually been looking at properties there, and I found one that is just unreal. The most beautiful property like I've ever seen, and it's not like massive or anything, but it's got like white picket fences, and it's on a lake, a beautiful lake. It's got acres of land, so you can have some animals and your veggie patches. And I'm like, I feel so called to that. I speak about it a lot, but I really do. It's like a part of my heart really wants to live in that way. And a part of me is like feeling like I want to be ambitious and maybe live in a city. So it's like, I don't know. I get very like torn between the two. Because if I go and buy a house somewhere and live in the middle of nowhere, it's like I'm sort of not exposing myself to any new people. I'm tearing myself away from friends and family, and it's not really ideal if you want to start a family and you haven't met someone yet, so probably not the best idea. But maybe one day. I think maybe just going with the flow and just seeing what happens, seeing where things go. Sometimes I just think, although there has been a lot of sadness or bad things happen, life leads you in weird sort of ways towards goodness and towards the people that you need and the places that you need to be. And I can't not believe that. I mean, I live in another country, a beautiful country. I met my gorgeous husband, Matthew, and, I'm so safe, and I've had a wonderful life despite the sorrow. And I know so many good people. It's just like, maybe that's just a perspective thing, and it's my point of view, but that's the way I want to lead my life. It's always going to push me towards good things because I embody those things too. I want to be a good person and constantly learn and grow, as we all should. We should all be, striving to be better better humans. And yeah, because that's all we can do in this life. That's all we can do. I did have a little announcement. I'm going to start doing the podcast every 2 weeks instead of every week. Just gives me a little bit more time to be able to get a few things together and be able to talk to you about them. So that is going to be changing. Yeah. As always, absolutely love talking to you all. And thank you for tuning in and listening. Yeah. I hope you all have an amazing week. Always bet on yourself. Love. Mwah.